Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1986. Today, we're going to talk about Pro Baseball Family Stadium. The story of Pro Baseball Family Stadium takes us back to Namco. We have talked about Namco several times before. They have been responsible for Pac-Man, Xevious, and the Tower of Druaga. We last talked about Namco in our last video on Rolling Thunder. For Pro Baseball Family Stadium, Namco turned to Yoshihiro Kishimoto. Yoshihiro Kishimoto had worked previously on Pac-Land for Namco. Kishimoto at the time was working on Toy Pop, a 1985 arcade game released by Namco, but progress was slow, leaving Kishimoto with quite a bit of free time. Kishimoto spent his free time playing Nintendo's baseball for the Famicom with his colleagues, criticizing parts of the game he felt could be improved. After Toy Pop finished, Kishimoto decided to create a baseball game of his own, getting music from Norio Nakagata, who had worked on Genpei Tomaden. Kishimoto decided to focus on the Famicom due to its success, so he would work in Namco's home console division, known as Namcot. Namcot was founded in 1984, and that division was responsible for Namco's ports to the Famicom, as well as several MSX computer games. Pro Baseball Family Stadium is a baseball game. If you are unfamiliar with baseball, I have previously made a video attempting to explain the history and rules of the sport. Among some of the improvements Kishimoto included would be names of the players, each of whom have their own stats, and the ability to play defense. Namco released Pro Baseball Family Stadium, known as Pro Yaku Family Stadium in Japan, on December 10th, 1986. That is a brief backstory to Pro Baseball Family Stadium. With that told, it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is Pro Yaku Family Stadium. We are going to be playing the original Famicom version of the game. It does include the Nippon Professional Baseball teams, and I am told many of the players. But I legitimately cannot find rosters for the 1986 Nippon Professional Baseball League in real life. So I'm just going to assume that most of them are real players and some are not real players. That's the way that it works in later versions of the game, but I can't verify that. I honestly couldn't even read their names if I wanted to anyway. You might have seen real quick that it did say there were 10 NPB teams in there, 10 Japanese baseball teams. I'm going to do my best to guess which ones are which based on what I was able to find about that year, but we'll do what we can. Let's go ahead and get in, and here are the teams. So there are 10 at the time in the NPB, Nippon Professional Baseball. There were 12 teams, and I have the list in front of me, so I'm going to just kind of hope for the best that I'm getting them right. G is most likely the Yomiuri Giants, based on my limited knowledge of Japanese baseball. These are like the Yankees. They're the team, right? That's what I've always been taught. The Yomiuri Giants are the number one team historically, but not this season. Not in 1986. They got second place in their league and did not win that year. The second one here is L. I assume that's the Seibu Lions. A very good team, made the finals that year, but lost. R, I'm not entirely sure. My best guess is that it's the Lotte Orions. That's my best guess. Maybe I'm supposed to be looking at 1985, but at least in 1986, that's the closest I can come up to a team that has an R in it. C is likely the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. They actually did win it all that year. T is most likely the Hanshin Tigers. F is most likely the Nippon Ham Fighters. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on any of these if you guys know, but I'm doing what I can. Yokohama Tayo Whales, I believe, is W. D is probably the Chunichi Dragons. S is probably the Yakult Swallows. They were, I believe, the worst team in the league that year by record. And then N, your guess is as good as mine. The only other team that starts with an N is the Nankai Hawks, but that doesn't seem quite right. But knowing Japanese culture a little bit, I'm assuming that the Giants are probably going to be the best team, so let's go with them and hope for the best. You can put in a password and put in, something for the other team. I don't have a password though, so we're just going to put in something random. This is exclusive to this version. Later versions of the game don't have this, and you get to choose who your opponent is. But we'll go that year. Yeah, they almost always choose N, whoever they are, every time I've played. Here we get to choose a pitcher. I have played a later version that, has English that I can read, so I know a little bit, but the pitcher's name is on the left, and then whether they throw right or left-handed is on the right. I believe that, we'll figure it out, but let's just go with that these guys are righties. Most guys are righties when they're pitching, but we'll see. We will see. All right, and then we have the score at the top. We are G, they are N, and then we have stats at the bottom. I do have a picture from the American version that we'll talk about later, but first, I'm on offense. Yeah, black and white, that seems like the Giants' colors. Yomiuri Giants. Okay, and they are going fast. All right, so I'm at the plate. I can move around, and then I can swing. I don't believe there is a bunt that I can do in the game. But, oh, wow! Go to second! You should make it just fine. There we go! And then, yeah, way late on that. What are you doing? No, get the... Don't just stick the bat out there. All right, foul ball. All right, if this is the Giants, this is probably the best guy. All right, let's go back to second. Looks like the pitcher has it. And he caught it. All right, do I steal? I don't steal third. Just so many pop-ups. Go home, doesn't matter. Go to second, it doesn't matter. If he drops it, like, we'll score. All right, 4 at-bats, 1 hit, a double, and then that's it. All right, pitching. It's a lot harder to actually play defense in this game than it is offense. Offense, you just kind of swing and hope for the best. As on defense, you need to actually strategize. First thing I'm going to do is explain pitches. There's, as far as I can tell, 3 different pitches. I'll show the first one here because they hardly ever hit it. If I hold up and then hit the pitch button, let's do this like swirly pitch. Oh, they hit it. What do I know? And they got a double off of it. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that pitch is supposed to be. Maybe it's a knuckleball? That's my best guess. If I just hit the button, it's just kind of a regular pitch, maybe like a changeup, something like that, because it doesn't go very fast. Yeah, we got him. We got the lead runner out. He's not supposed to run on a ground ball to short like that because of that. And then if I hold down, then it's a fastball. And they just hit every pitch. No, well, that's not where I meant to throw it, but okay. You can steal in the game. I usually try to steal second. No, it's too far. Oh, I got it. All right. So we lucked out a little bit there. When you control defenders in the game, it is a little weird because you'll often control multiple players at the same time. Can I make it? Oh, just barely. Like, I'll often control, like, the third baseman and the left fielder at the same time. No, go back! Damn it. Didn't hit the button fast enough. There went my double. And that's probably the third out. Right in the on-deck circle. A very small on-deck circle. Alright, not a fantastic game so far, but let's actually start trying to use strategies. Alright, you can see my pitcher stats on the left. That's his name. He's playing for G, I assume the Giants. And earned run average 3 is a little high for a starting pitcher, especially the #1 starting pitcher, but it's okay. And then on the bottom right, you can see the #5 hitter. He has a batting average of 290, which for the 80s is okay. And 13 home runs. For your #5 hitter, that's a little low. And that's get it. All right. I was about to say that's a double. It should have been a double, but 5 hitter is usually pretty slow. All right, #6. Yeah, 270, not. All right. Oh my God, go faster! The pitcher can throw the ball much harder than that normally. Let's do this swirly. Get there! Alright, we got there. If I hold up, sometimes it bounces. I wish I could, like, dive or something on defense. Just, like, actually go for it. That's the shortstop's ball! Why were you having me control the third baseman? There we go. And that's a foul ball. Let's do a fastball and then push it outside. End up just kind of going down the middle. That's the third out, right? That's the third out, so that run doesn't count. Doesn't matter if he gets there before the out or not. Doesn't matter on the third out. Well, that was a nice dive, I think. I think he dove. Way too early. I was expecting the fastball. That didn't work out. Go! Yeah. Like, the whole left side of the defense is bad on both sides. Like, they did not map that out properly. Like I said, that was... Oh, go back. No. Okay, well, go home then, I guess. I was going to have you run back, but that didn't work out. Go! Alright, snuck a triple. Shouldn't have, but he shouldn't have thrown it to second. How many outs are there? There's 2 outs, so everybody runs all the time. Go! Alright, we got another score. That's probably just a double this time. Hooray! Everybody activated their strobe lights in the outfield. All the fans did. Alright, we're up 2-0. There we go. Oh, I was about to have him go back. No, not good enough. Warning track power, they call that. There's usually a little bit of dirt out there. That's called the warning track, to let the defense know you're about to hit the wall. Really? I couldn't have done that any better, I don't think. Alright, he's stealing! Yeah, that's why they give this kind of 3 perspective like that, so you can figure out if somebody is trying to steal. Nope. That is the right fielder. Get in there! And then it bounces over your head? What is going on? Throw it to second. Okay. Yeah, it was so hard to tell where that was going to land. Swirly! Nope, that is the... how far is it going? It's still going. Alright. And then sacrifice fly. I'm not going to be able to throw him out at home. So as long as he's touching third base when my center fielder caught the ball, then he can run home. That's how a sacrifice fly works. There was one analyst that called it... Yep. Do I not ever get to control the shortstop? What the hell? How is that the third baseman's ball? There was one analyst of baseball that said that he's always fascinated by sacrifice flies. And everybody's like, that is very boring, my dude. What are you doing? I said run to first and he ran to second. That's, once again, that is the shortstop's ball. Oh, and by the way, you can just throw the ball away if you're not careful. Alright, just throw it to first. Out, and we're done. There were already 2 outs. We're good. Often, if there were 1 out, you would want to throw it home and then have the catcher throw it to first. And that's a fairly common double play. They call it a 1-2-3 double play. I know a lot about baseball. Can you tell I'm a fan? Alright. Yep. There's something about... yeah, defense not great in this game. That's a triple. That's a triple. Center fielder was running the wrong direction because you were controlling the second baseman at the same time. Yeah, the way that you control multiple people at the same time is just weird in this game. Nope, go back! Go back! I do love the little safe symbol that the umps do. Was that number 3? It was. I thought I could get that run to score. I have 2 triples. Do you know how rare triples are in baseball? There. Gotcha. Oh, switching pitchers. Seemingly like a random switch. No, switching batters? Yeah, that was them switching the batters. Yeah, straight to the pitcher. Easy out. Pitchers usually don't get that ball, though. They'll get that one. That one was nice and slow, but... Hey, there we go. They substituted somebody in the 4th? Alright, new pitcher. Get past him. No. Not today. Shortstop is like the worst defender in this game, which is opposite of how baseball works. A lot of times, the shortstop's considered your best defender. For a lot of teams, that's true. Alright, let's do it. That's through, and then past the right fielder because right fielder's out of position. Can I make it? I think I can, because they will throw it to second. Barely made it. Alright, and then we score a run on another grounder that turns into a double somehow. Yeah, we're just gonna stay there. I could not make that. I could try to steal, but stealing third is bad in this game. And I don't think he's the right guy. Yeah, that was the number 3 hitter. He's not going to be fast enough. Maybe my number 1 is fast enough to steal third, but probably not anybody else. And struck out because he bounced it. I've been trying to do that, and it just doesn't work. Can I switch? Like, I don't have the ability to switch. I can just do time. There we go. No. Yeah, I told you can just throw the ball away in this. I tried to run to... Can I get him there? Got him there! Doesn't matter at the end of the day. Yeah, you can just throw the ball. I tried to run to first and he just didn't want to do it. Go! Go. I do know who was managing the team at the time. It was Sadaharu Oh for the Giants, and that is also a name I know. I believe he's the home run king in Japan. I said my Japanese knowledge is bad, but also my my knowledge of the 80s is bad. So for whatever reason, the one decade in baseball where it's like, eh. Alright, can I get him at third? No! Oh, I went for it. Yeah, because there was only one out, so that was it was a smart move if I could have gotten it, but I said throw home. I said throw home. Nope. Okay, where's? Yeah, that guy from third should have scored. He should have gone. All right, let's do a regular and throw it outside. What? There we go. I think I have to do it first. All right, easy out. And yeah, that was already the third out. Okay, we're still up 3-2. I felt like I hit that pretty well. Go. Oh, he's under it. I wish I knew where the ball was going to land like that. Oh, nice and foul. Very foul. Strikeout. All right. I'm trying to line it up so like the sweet spot of the bat hits the ball, but you know, that's not easy in this game. Keep going. Just keep running. Go home. Inside the park home run. I told you the defense was bad, right? Defense in this game is hard. And if I have the opportunity, I'm going to take advantage of it as much as I can like that. All right, that gets past him, and the right fielder got it. If somebody was standing there, they might have thrown him out at first. Go. Yeah, he's not fast enough. It has to be a swirly. Swirly! Go! There we go! Stolen base! Feel like I've done everything in the game. I haven't hit a home run yet. That's it. I still need to hit a home run. This is not the guy to do it. The guy that bats 150. I don't even know why he's in the majors. Usually if somebody's batting under 200, at least in the 80s especially, you would be like, yeah, you need to go down and practice. We're going to bring up your replacement. Why was I controlling the first baseman on that? All right, we're gonna do a fastball because I think he's gonna steal. No? Go, go, go! And double play! There we go. Outside. I feel like my guy is running out of juice. I'm not sure if that's a thing in this game, but it feels like the ball's not going as fast as it used to. Oh, I should have just kept running. Out. Alright, at least I got him there. Jeez. Should have just kept going with my pitcher, but I felt like the shortstop had the better shot at it. Wow, he really had to charge that. Alright, oh. I was hoping the shortstop was going to be terrible again. And, yeah, the outfielders, like, they get there if it's on the fly. If it's a ground ball, they can't figure it out. They're like, it's on the ground, I don't know what to do, boss. Go. Got it. Swirly. It's not as swirling like it used to. Yeah, there's only 2 buttons, right? And neither one of them is substituting. That's a home run, isn't it? That's easily a home run. Well, I got to show off a home run, just not the way I wanted to. Swirly! Get over there, it's fair! Throw it to second, and then we can throw it to third if we need to. Fastball. Alright, yeah, the fastball used to be a lot faster. Oh, I can try to pick off the guy if I want to. But, like, I can't sub. Maybe I can do it between innings. Maybe that's the trick. Get him there! Got him. Alright, 2 outs. Fastball. What? No! No! I've hit up! I was trying to throw it to second! Nope, and now, yeah. No! Tie game! And they sub, but I can't, there we go, okay. So it's pause, then hit the button. There. Oh, that feels so much better. Are you serious? Damn you, shortstop. What is going on? Yeah, not even close. Swirly! Why is the shortstop so bad? They've scored like 5 runs this inning! Now we gotta get you over there. Okay. He should have ran home. I can't get anybody out. First, thank you. That should have been 6 runs. 6 runs in a single inning. All right, they got another guy in. Oh, a sidearm guy, kind of an underarm too. Oh, those guys are tricky. Luckily, it's still a straight pitch. That my guy can pop up straight into the air. Okay. Foul ball. I'm just late on it because the fastball is way too fast for like a sidearm or a submariner. Right, let's get back actually. I'm still late. Let's go to the back of the box. Well, at least it was fair. It's not like I have time to like react, just swing. Ugh, all right. That's why I don't like going to the back in these games. Strikeout, and now it's the bottom of the 8th. I gotta score 4 runs next time, otherwise I lose. Maybe I should have stuck with the other pitcher. Yeah, that was too tired. Alright, we're switching. Bring in this guy. I mean, yeah, it is more of a bullpen thing to have. This kind of guy. It's not that fast. What about this? Yeah, that should be especially tricky. Go, get it! Alright, throw to second. Okay, that's 2 outs? No, that's 1 out. Try to curve it outside, but... yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. And then... I was about to say, if you can't get him out on that one... you stay there! Alright, outside. Strikeout to end the inning. Alright, so I only need 4 runs. Jeez. Alright, I might substitute the 8 guy. Number 7 feels like a bad choice. Alright, well, so much for that. I don't know what any of these guys' stats are. And I don't know who they are. You. You failed me. You. Lefty. Alright, well, I mean, it's an improvement. It's an improvement. The results did not pan out. Alright, and that is game set, apparently. So yeah, we end at, I had 36 at-bats, they had 44, I had 10 hits, they had 21. Jeez, and no, we all have to cry because of it. I blame the manager in the 7th inning. The bottom of the 7th was not good. We didn't do the 7th inning stretch, I also blame that. That is the reason. It can't just be that my defense was terrible. But that is the game played, and with the game played, it's time to talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, I definitely had fun playing Pro Baseball Family Stadium. Then again, I am a big baseball fan. I enjoy playing baseball games, so if you are not a baseball fan, you have to take this all with a grain of salt. But I did have fun playing it. It definitely has some improvements over Nintendo's Baseball that was released on the Famicom. But since we didn't play that, I'm mostly going to talk about comparing it to Hardball, which was released in 1985 for American computers that we played last year. So compared to that, this game is much more of kind of like an arcade, pick up and play, get in and go type game, as opposed to Hardball, which was a little bit more cerebral and trying to figure out what kind of pitches you're going to throw, where you're going to throw them, those kinds of things. This one is much more geared towards not being as realistic, but trying to be more fun and more action-packed, which a lot of baseball people want. You want the game to kind of be sped up so you can go through it kind of quickly, like I did, where I went through a full 9-inning game in, I mean, well under an hour at the end of the day, and a normal baseball game will normally go about 2 to 3 hours. So it definitely sped things up a lot, and I think that is what they're going for. They're definitely going for the at-home, let's just pick up and play and have fun, and it doesn't necessarily matter too much which teams you choose or stuff like that, even though everybody does have their own stats. It kind of felt like it was more about the order in the lineup than it felt like the teams themselves had drastically different stats. But each individual player does have their own stats, and you can use that to your advantage if you know who is supposed to be really good, and of course I didn't. With that said, there's a lot of things that are fun. The fact that you do have 2 to 3, depending on how you want to count it, different pitches, and you could kind of control it while it was in the air is nice. Batting is, I don't know, batting I felt like there was a little bit more that should have been done with it. Maybe give me a little bit more time to move my person in the box while the pitch is being thrown at me, right? They can move the pitch while they're throwing, while it's in the air, but I can't really move my batter to match it. At least that's how it felt to me. Defense is really the game's weak spot, and it really showed. The fact that you control multiple players at the same time makes it difficult to move the right person in the right position. Also, not knowing where the ball's going to land, where the ball kind of is, all that kind of stuff made it difficult. And then, of course, having balls between the third baseman and the shortstop always go to the third baseman, and balls between the first baseman and second baseman always go to the first baseman, made it difficult because, you know, there was a ground ball that was basically 2 feet to the right of shortstop, and so I moved the shortstop, and all of a sudden my third baseman's running out of bounds, running into foul territory. And then if you miss it with your infielder, now your outfielder is terribly out of position and has to go like run all the way to the wall on a ground ball that, you know, the second baseman should have got or whatever. So defense is the weak spot, and, you know, it can easily turn into a run the way that they did in the bottom of the seventh where they got 6 runs. If that didn't happen, I would have won. But there were definitely some times where it felt like the game wasn't doing the controls I wanted it to, and that ended up kind of costing me here. That is probably a combination of me not putting things in at the right time, right? Maybe I didn't go all the way down and wait that like 1 frame before hitting the throw button, something like that. So it'd be something that I would get used to over time, but it's also kind of the game's mechanics and how it works. So overall, I think that it is an improvement over the game that it was trying to improve upon. And there are some things that are improvements over the game that we played, Hardball. But there are also things that I felt were done better in Hardball than they were in this game. But to have a game with licensed, more or less, teams and players is a huge improvement, because if you want to play a baseball game, chances are you want to play as the baseball players and not just some random fictional characters. So to start including that in the game is definitely a step up. Is this a game that I would recommend to a modern audience? Ultimately, no. Unless you are interested in the development of baseball games in particular, or the history of baseball games, and you want to see the evolution of those over time, this probably isn't going to have a lot for you. There are much better baseball games, right? That is going to improve kind of sports games as a whole, get a lot better over time, and I would say that they get a lot better fairly quickly. And so this one is going to be difficult to recommend simply because I know there are going to be better games that come out for it later. But for the time that it was released, I think it is a solid entry. I think it's a good baseball game. It's just not necessarily one I'd recommend to a modern audience. And that's my modern take on the game. When the game was released, the game was popular, topping the sales charts in Japan. Critics at the time were also positive about the game. The game was seen as one of the best sports games of all time. Pro Baseball Family Stadium would spawn a port and sequels. We'll keep an eye on some of these as we continue. As for Namco, with one of their best-selling console games to date, Namco would continue to create video games in the industry. We will hear from Namco again. As for Yoshihiro Kishimoto and Norio Nakagata, they would also continue to create video games, but none would be as successful as Pro Baseball Family Stadium. We may hear from these two again, but only briefly. That will do it for the story of Pro Baseball Family Stadium for now. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when we go to the Realm.
Thank you.